What's up, guys? Welcome to B Sports Picks. So yesterday we went 4-1, almost had another sweep. The only one that didn't hit was this Paris Saint-Germain versus Monaco. They went four total goals. We had them on the under 3.5, but everything else hit. So that brings the grand total. 2 days ago was a 5-0 day. Yesterday we almost had a 5-0 day again, but that one did lose. So we're on a 9-1 run. I talked about 2 plays yesterday, gave them away for free. They both hit. Let me show you exactly how I played it. I'm going to show you the receipts, and then I'm going to give you one parlay that I really do like. You can pick and choose what numbers you want and stuff. I'll actually give you the exact lines that I'm taking for today. Sometimes I'm not able to give you the exact lines because I'd rather create the video first and then go and look at the lines that I'm doing. So somebody said that there is no value in what I'm talking about. So there was one person that said that. So again, let me just quickly go over what happened yesterday, and then I'm going to go right into the play. It's going to be a 2-leg parlay. So this yesterday, like I mentioned, is a 9-1 run. 5-0 2 days ago, perfect sweep. And then yesterday, one play killed another sweep. It's time for me to raise my unit size because my bankroll has been built up already. It's been hitting. So what I need to do is raise my unit size. I went from $50. I'm going to go to $75. Somebody asked me yesterday because I threw in $100 on the parlay, and that's only because I found out that one of my sports books had some money in there. I completely forgot about it because I have access to so many books. But anyways, I'm raising my unit size overall because we've been hitting. This is how I played it yesterday. I said I was going to go with Florida to beat Texas. They ended up winning by like 15 points. So I did not even need to do this. I could have just went with the -7.5, I think it was. Anyways, I took it. And then the Pistons, I took them at a -310, a 2-leg parlay that hit. And like I said, I threw in $100 and I won 79. So that was a 2-leg parlay on the money line yesterday. That's the play that I shared right in this video. I also took the Spurs. This was a very late throw-in. I threw it into the VIP very late in the day, but that looked very solid. They ended up coming down here. It was not looking so good around the third quarter, but they came back and won this. I also threw this NHL pick inside the VIP. You can see I got an early payout because they were demolishing them in the third quarter 4-0. When I saw that the Thunder had a great chance to beat Detroit, I mean, they were up a couple of times. You can see right around here. That's when I threw this at a +10.5. They were down by like 8 points or something like that. I was able to get great value on the Thunder +10.5, and I doubled down on this play, meaning the money line hit on Detroit, but I also took the other side at a +10.5, and that hit as well. And then here's the loss, guys. They ended up hitting 4 total goals, and it killed it for us. All right, guys, like I said, I'm going to give you one very strong parlay in the NBA. But before I do that, please make sure you subscribe. I give out a lot of free value. Also, check out the free picks. If you haven't gotten the free picks, I've been throwing out a lot of free picks for months. And I'll continue to do that. If I can't create a video, I'll still throw out a free pick. So make sure you go to the link in the description and click on free picks. All right, I was doing this last week, maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that. If we get to 200 likes on this video, I'm going to give away 1 week for free to a random comment. The last person that got this has gotten so much value. He's literally commenting every day and saying VIP and VIP. So I will give you 1 week for free for a random comment. The way this is going to work is we need to get to 200 likes. If we do, then I'm going to pick a random comment from today's video. So you have to comment, you have to like, you have to be subscribed. All right, let's get right into it. If you don't have access to this tool, it's called a SharpEdge. You can get it for free for 2 weeks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the NBA, and I want to look at the back-to-back report first. And you can see Brooklyn has a 1-day rest advantage, Orlando has a 1-day rest advantage, and Dallas has a 1-day rest advantage. What that means is that the other teams over here played yesterday, and what that means is that these guys are rested overall. So let me get right into this. This is the dashboard. You can see the projected scores. Hornets are supposed to win by 8. The Pacers are completely tanking right now. 76ers are supposed to win by 3. The Hawks are supposed to win by 13. The Nets, you can see right there, are supposed to lose by 13. However, there's a little flag here that it says on a back-to-back, meaning these guys traveled and they're tired. The Rockets and the Thunder, that's actually one of the plays that I'm going to be going with on the under, and I'm going to give you exactly how I'm playing that. Trailblazers and the Bulls, they're too close to call. The Kings are completely tanking. They're one of the worst teams in the NBA right now, and they're on a back-to-back. So the Mavericks should easily win this game. They actually have a 1-day rest advantage at home. I'm not touching them, but it's something to note. Lakers and the Suns is the other team, or the other game I'm looking at. I'm going to be looking on the under on that game as well. You can see they're supposed to be winning this by 7. The Pelicans are supposed to win this by 4, and then the Timberwolves are supposed to win by 6. All right, so for the first leg of this, I think this is one of the strongest plays on the board. I'm not going to repeat everything I said yesterday, but we were actually looking very strongly on the Rockets on the under. The reason I didn't actually take that play, and thankfully I did not, is because I said that they were going to get blown out. I don't know if they got blown out, but the score went way over because the spread was so high that there was no defense on the other side. Either way, it did go over, meaning that's the reason I didn't take it. However, today is not the case with the Magic. They actually have great defense. Both teams actually have great defense. I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you the other reasoning why I'm taking this under. So the current projected scores total is 219. The line actually opened at a 220. It's currently at a 215, even though 90% of the bets, 90% of the money is coming in on the over. This is a reverse line move going down 5 points. And like I said, the opening was 220. It went down to 215, even though the projections are around 219. If we go down here, you can see the Rockets are 76% going on the under. This was one of the strong things that I was looking at yesterday, but I already told you why I skipped it. But this is a very strong indication on the under. 10 out of their last 13 games have gone on the under. Now, again, the projected score is 219. Look at this great defense over here for the Rockets, 98%. Look at this great defense for Orlando, 91%. So this is a toss-up play on the spread, but we're not touching the spread. We're looking at the over-unders. So defense is very important for this. This should be a very easy under play. This is one of the best on the board for today, especially because it's going on a reverse line move. Last thing I'll mention is all the injuries. Just take a look at how many injuries are on the Rockets. So not only do they have great defense, they have some of their top shooters here that are out. Also, these guys down here, Magic, are missing Wagner, which is one of their best shooters as well. Now, there's a lot more indications. I have a lot more information, but the big one is in the last 5 games, they're only averaging 106 points as far as Houston goes. And then Orlando is even worse. They're only averaging 93 points in the last 5 games. So you add that on with all the injuries, the back-to-back on Houston's side, and then the great defense, all this stuff is equaling to go on the under very easily. I'm going to give you the exact number that I'm going with, and then let me explain the second play so that you can get the 2-leg parlay. Now, before I continue and give you that second leg of this parlay, please go to the link in the description, click on where it says free picks. Make sure you get situated with that. Also, in the pinned comment, you're going to have a 1-day card, meaning you can get all of my picks for today only. That'll be in the pinned comments. And if you want to check us out right here for VIP, you can do that right in the link in the description for 1-day pass, 1 week, 1 month. Check us out on Discord as well. I'm going to be throwing a lot of the information on how I come up with this research daily in there. And then the tools that we use is the 2 weeks for free that I mentioned is actually the tool that I use every single day in the videos. So here's the second leg, guys. I actually have a doctor's appointment, so I'm going to try to hurry this up. But this one is actually very strong as well. Not as strong as the other one, but it's still very strong. Let me explain. You got the projected score here is 115 and 108. That's 223. You can see that's one of the negatives about this play is that the projected score is actually higher than the 220. However, this line did drop, even though 92% of the money, 92% of the bets, 93% of the money is coming in on the over. So this is a reverse line move. Also, this is a little bit lower. You can see the under has hit 66% for the Phoenix Suns in the last 30 games. On top of that, these guys had somewhat of a decent defense, both sides. The thing that really does affect this over is the offense on the Suns. You can see their offense is just straight trash over here, 62%. There's a lot of research in here. I'm not going to go into every single one of those details, but you can feel free to do that if you get the SharpEdge for free for 2 weeks. Now, the injury report does show they got Cole Anthony is out, Booker is out, Brooks is out. All of these guys are out pretty much. And then you got Hachimura over here that's also questionable. So again, you got a team that has been hitting on the under 65% of the time. They have both of them have great defense. The Suns have horrible offense. On top of that, they're missing a lot of key players. You saw all the injuries that I just showed you. In the last 2 games, this is ridiculous. I mentioned this the last time we went on the under for the Suns. They actually hit 77 points total in the entire game, 77 points. That's actually like a college level scoring. So they scored 77 points 2 games ago. The last game that they played, they only scored 81 points. So this under is very strong because of those reasons. Plus the line moved down. And the only thing, like I said, I don't like is that the projections are actually showing on the over, yet the line is dropping. So another thing to note is that even though on the Lakers side you got James and Doncic and all that, their offense actually has cooled down a little bit. Now they're scoring about 107 points per game in the last 3 games. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Also, like I said, if we hit 200 likes, I'm going to give away, and you comment, I'm going to pick one random comment pick, and I'm going to give you guys 1 week for free for that random person. Make sure you also get the free picks in the description. Now, one of the things that people seem to love about this tool, now one of the things I do love here is this tool that is made is called Poly Tracker, which is actually tracking Polymarket. People seem to love this tool. I made some big updates overnight yesterday. So for example, now I can pick and choose, only show me today's games, only show me the next 7 days, and then all the plays. And then also you can sort by sports. You can go to politics, NBA, NFL, and so on. So let me just kind of go into all the categories, all the dates. And what I love to do here is go to the balance. So you can see this guy right here. We can see all his positions over here. However, this guy has $5.4 million in his wallet. His average bet is $4,000. This guy's average bet is $23,000. This guy's average bet is $9,000, and so on. Look at how much money they've made, profit and loss. That's a $16 million profit and loss. And he's actually had an ROI, meaning return on investment, of 110%. Let me just go in there so you can see his current stuff. So for example, these are tomorrow's games. He's looking on the Pelicans and the Jazz on the under. He's looking at the Lakers and the Suns on the under. That's actually, it closes tomorrow. So this date is actually showing for tomorrow, but that's because Polymarket works like that. They close for tomorrow, but you can see that's actually aligned with what I just said. He has $4,000 on this bet, and it matches what I just said, the Lakers versus the Suns. This is actually part of the SharpEdge tool as well. And again, there's a lot of other stuff. I've already created another video. I'll post that video right here so you can click on it and check it out. But this is very, very, very valuable. A lot of people are loving that. Make sure there's people making a lot of money just following those picks for people that are throwing in sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars on these bets. So make sure you go to the SharpEdge tool. Link is in the description. You get 2 weeks for free to check it out. Thank you so much, guys. Let's have a great day. We're about to cross 4,400 subscribers. Let's get to 5,000 this month. Thank you so much.